Hello.
Yes, sir.
Give signal. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. In previous lecture, I have teach DH parameter. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now I am going to teach you forward kinematics. What is forward kinematics? I told now. For manipulator.
L1 cos theta or L1 sin theta.
Yes. It means if angles are given and manipulator parameters are given, then we have to find the position of end effector, meaning x, y, and z. Then that is called forward kinematics. Here one simple example. You see 2DF manipulator. 2DF means degree of freedom is how many? 2. It means number of actuator is 2. Okay. Here 2DF manipulator is given. Link 1 and link 2. Its length is given A1 and A2. And its joint angle theta 1 and theta 2 is given. What we have to find? Find the position of x and y, an end effector position. This is called forward kinematics. Means joint angle is given. We have to find the position of x and y, joint end effector position. This is called forward kinematics. Okay. So how we will find it? Okay. 1 minute. Okay. Come to the point. First, we will derive it by geometry. Geometry means link length angle is also are given, and we have to find the x, y position by projection of the length on that axis. Here we have used some terms. C theta 1 means cos theta 1. S theta 1 means sin theta 1. And C theta 1 2 means cos theta 1 plus theta 2. Similar S theta 1 2. Okay. Here link length A1 is given and theta 1 is angle with respect to x axis to the link. This is theta 1. Theta 2 angle with respect to previous link. This is theta 2. With respect to x axis parallel to BC. Okay. This is equal to theta 1 plus theta 2. Any problem? So we have to find the position of x and y. What happened? First we find the position x coordinate and y coordinate. It means x and y means find the x coordinate and y coordinate. For x coordinate calculation, what you have to find? For link 1, you find the distance projection along x axis as OA. What is OA? This is A1 and theta 1 is given, and OA will be A1 cos theta 1 and A1 c theta 1. And then for link 2, projection along x axis. X axis is parallel to BC. Yes. And BC is equal to A2 cos theta 1 plus theta 2. Yes. Okay. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
It means BC is equal to A2 cos theta 1 plus theta 2. And the whole distance and the x axis, what will be? A cos theta 1 plus A2 C cos theta 1 plus theta 2. This is x axis. And x coordinate. Similarly, y coordinate will be y component. Y component, this y component is function of sin theta 1 and A1 sin theta 1 plus A2 sin theta 2. sin theta 1 plus theta 2. And xy coordinate is a1 cos theta 1 plus a2 cos theta 1 theta 2, and y is equal to a1 sin theta 1 plus a2 sin theta 1 plus theta 2. And we have to find x and y, and we calculated x and y. Since a1 is given, theta 1 is given, suppose that theta 1 some angle is given 30 degree, a1 is given 1 meter, a2 is given 2 meter, theta 2 is given something 15 degree or 16 degree, then we will find the x and y. And calculation of find of x and y is called, this is forward kinematics. But this is simple. Why geometry? But since 2DF is a planar manipulator, it is very simple to calculate it by geometry. But for three-dimensional space where x, y, z and z, then that in that case it may be very difficult to find by geometry. So we have to apply using DH parameter. We have already teach. So for first we have to 2DF manipulator is given. Then what is the step to find the DH parameter? First joint number, then link length, link number, then you establish the coordinate frame. Then we have to find the DH parameter. DH parameter is given below. And if for link 1, A1, D1 is equal to 0, alpha 1 is equal to 0, theta 1 is equal to theta 2. And for link 2, A2, 0, 0 and theta 2. This is DH parameter for 2DF manipulator. And if we have to first calculate DH parameter of that given manipulator. Okay. To calculate the forward kinematics, first we have to find the DH parameter of that given manipulator. Then we got DH parameter. Then we will apply the transformation matrix for each link. And from 1 to 0, 2 to 1, and then multiply it as composite transformation matrix. Then we will find 0 to 2. And 0 to 2 is equal to 0 to T1, T1, 1, T2, 2. And 0 to 2 we find this. This matrix will come 0, T2. Okay. This matrix. Then first 3 by 3 matrix is rotation matrix. I have already touched. And last matrix is position. And here you see what is the position. A1, C1, theta 1, A2, C, theta 1, 2, A1 sin theta 1, A2 sin theta 1, 2. And in last position, and for frame 2 with frame 2 with respect to 0, 0 T2 means frame 2 with respect to 0 coordinates will be A C theta 1, A2 C theta 1, 2. And by red box, this is give the x and y coordinate. And this is our indefected position. And this is, see this and this previous slide, they came same by geometry and by transformation matrix. DH parameter by applying, they will give same. And for complex geometry manipulator, we have to apply using DH parameter method and find the transformation matrix for each link, and then the last multiply it, the last rows will give, last column will give our indefected position. From that we calculate it. Very easy. Okay, this is for forward kinematics. Simple, no problem. What when you calculate the inverse kinematics? What is inverse kinematics? Anyone?
Theta.
Theta 1 is equal to cos inverse.
Yes. It means position is given and you have to find angle. Okay. and position is given means x and y and z is given. You have to find the joint angle theta 1, theta 2, theta 3. Okay, for TDF manipulator xy is given and you have to find theta 1 and theta 2, just opposite here. Okay, so there are, since manipulator is for 2D way of manipulator is simple, what for 3D space manipulator and more degree of freedom manipulator, the inverse kinematics is very complex. Inverse kinematics may be found by two methods. One is called closed form method, another is called numerical method. What is closed form method? Actually based on an analytical approach of kinematic approach that I have teach you previous method. One of the equations are derived. If you calculate the solution by this method, closed form method, then it is very easy to apply it in algorithm. May not be possible for all kind of a structure. This closed form method is not possible for all kind of structures. Suppose a redundant manipulator which has more than, for 3D space, more than 6 degrees of freedom. Okay, and what this method is very difficult to derive, and it is mostly used for non-redundant manipulator. Non-redundant manipulator which degree of freedom is for 3D space 6 या less than 6. Okay, this is called non-redundant manipulator. What is numerical method? Where we apply, where redundant manipulator is there, in which method we actually initially guess some assumptions. You know Newton-Raphson method, where we use some assumptions and initial solutions, then we go to final solutions by some incremental. But this method is very slow method. Okay, so we have only concentrate on closed form solution. For inverse kinematics problem, we only go for closed form solution. We will not go for numerical solutions. Come here. Closed form solution, what is? It means from forward kinematics, you calculate the end effector position. Anna? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Ani, you have to calculate the DH parameter for each link. From that DH transformation matrix, you multiply all these and we get end effector position. The first left side is the transformation matrix for any manipulator, and alls are multiply. This sign dikhai, so multiplication. If we multiply, then we get some matrix. That matrix is 4 by 4 matrix. DH parameter transformation matrix is 4 by 4 matrix, na? So we will get 4 by 4 matrix. That 4 by 4 matrix is equal to, this is the blue part here. This is the end effector position given. This is the end effector position. Nx, Ox, Ax, Dx. Dx, dy, dz is position only. And Nx, Ox, Ax, Ny, Oy, Ay, Nz, Oz, Az. This is the transformation matrix, rotation matrix. Just rotation 3 by 3 rotation matrix of end effector. And dx, dy, dz is the position x, y, z of the end effector. It means from forward kinematics you get equation 0 t1, 1 t2, t22 and multiply this matrix, then that should be equal to our given position and rotation end effector matrix. And in left side, how many unknowns? theta 1, theta 2, theta 3, theta 4. These are all unknowns because we have to find this. And if for n DOF manipulator, how many unknowns? N unknowns. For n degree of freedom manipulator, theta 1, theta 2, theta 3 and theta n, and n unknowns. And what on right side given position is what? 3 into 4 and 12 equations we will get only. What unknowns are n. And for non-redundant manipulators, maximum 6 unknowns. What equations we know? 12. So we have to find the exact solution for 6 unknowns from 12 equations. So for that there is some rules. If we follow that rules, then we will find some solutions from the 12 equations. What is the rules? Some guidelines, not rules. It is guidelines. You apply this method, then we will find some solutions for NDF manipulator. So these are the guidelines. First guidelines is choose equations for only one variable. First we choose that equation which has only one variable, theta 1, या theta 3, या theta 4, या theta 2. Only one variable contain that equation. If that equation contains one variable, means one equation, one unknown, then theta can be solved. Then choose, suppose that one variable is not there, then we will find that equations which have two variables, what that can be reduced into one variable. Suppose that sine theta, some is function of sine and sine cos, then if we divide it, then we will get tan theta. That may be function of only one variables. So we choose that type of variable. Then use tangent function. Since this function is give the best solution between minus pi to pi by using sine only x and y. Sine is positive, x is positive, yeah, y is positive, yeah, x is negative, yeah, y is negative. Then we find the exact solution. For sine function, yeah, cos function, solution between minus pi and pi give very difficult. Then next, what is the step? Solution in terms of element of position vector component, yeah, more than terms in rotation matrix. Suppose that you find the solution in, nx, ox, ax in this area, and also you find the solution of in area dx, dy, dz. Only one position and another solution come in rotation matrix. Then we choose only the position part because that gives exact solution, that give accurate solutions. Then we apply the transformation approach. Transformation means by ds parameter we find the transformation matrix and multiply it. Then if we pre-multiply with some link transformation matrix, both side, inverse of that, then it means right side has one unknown. Since we right side has not any unknowns, if we multiply by some unknowns terms, some variables unknown terms, then right side will be some function of some theta 1 or theta 2, one variable, and left side has only n minus 1 unknowns. From that again we apply the previous parts. We choose that equations that has only one variables, and we apply same process. as similar. Actually, for more clarification of that previous algorithm, we apply it for 3DF manipulator. Then you will understand it very clearly. What is 3DF manipulator? 3DF manipulator means how many degree of freedom? Anyone? Hello?
3.
Hello?
Sir, 3 degree of freedom.
Yes, it means how many actuators? How many actuators are there? How many joints are there? 3.
Three
Number
joints,
of
sir.
joints, yeah, number of actuators is called degree of freedom. It means how many number of, and 3 variables, theta 1, theta 2, theta 3. This is the joint angle. And for the 3DF manipulator, how many unknowns? Theta 1, theta 2 and theta 3. 3 unknowns. Okay. You seeing this manipulator here? Theta 1 and theta 2 are perpendicular to each other. Okay. Z direction is here, upward direction, and for theta 2 it is out of the plane. Theta 3 also out of the plane. It means theta 2 and theta 3 joint axis, rotation joint axis is parallel to each other. What theta 1 rotation joint axis is perpendicular to theta 2 and theta 3. Okay. So the manipulator configuration is given. This manipulator for 3DF manipulator configuration is given. Its length is given. L1 and L2 is given. And here this length, base length we have taken as a 0. So we have frame 0 and 1 taken at the same point. And then establish the coordinate frames on each links, and then we find the DH parameter. This is the DH parameter for this manipulator. First we find the DH parameter. We find it. Okay, this is DH parameter. We have to find inverse kinematics. So what will be given? End effector position. The end effector point and orientation is given by T matrix 4 by 4. R11, R12, R13, R21, R22, R23, R31, R32, R34. This is rotation matrix for end effector. And R14, R24, R34 is position of end effector. So what we have to find? We have to find the joint angle theta 1, theta 2, theta 3. This is our unknown parts. And this is given, T is given. We have to find theta 1, theta 2, theta 3. So first step, numbering the joints, numbering the links, attach the frame, and then find the DH parameter. So we assume that you know these things because I have already teach it previous class. So we find the DH parameter. This is the DH table for this manipulator. And in link 1, link length is 0, DI is 0, link twist is pi degree, since theta 1 and theta 2 angle between Z1 and Z2 pi, and variables are theta 1. For similarly link 2, link length is L2 because we have taken this length is 0. Z0 and X1 are the same position, and variable only theta 2, other parts are 0. For link 3, L3, link length, and other parts are 0. Okay, variable is only theta 3. So we find the DH parameter. We find DH parameter. Then we find the transformation matrix from 2 to 3, 1 to 3, 2 to 1, 1 to 0, 2 to 3, 3 to 1, 2 to 1, 1 to 0. And we find that transformation matrix using DH parameter. We know the DH parameter. We know the transformation matrix, DH transformation matrix. We put for every link, and then we find the overall transformation matrix. Overall transformation means frame 3 with respect to 0 is equal to frame 3 with respect to 2 into frame 2 with respect to 1 into frame 1 with respect to 0. And in final, this cancel, 2 to cancel, final 0 to 3. And we find the overall transformation matrix by multiplying each transformation matrix. And we find the position of frame 3 with respect to 0. 0 means frame, base frame, reference frame. And if we may multiply, we will get for this manipulator this 0 T3 is equal to this. And if first 3 by 3 matrix here, first 3 by 3 matrix will give rotation part, and last part, last column, last 3 column gives the x, y, and z coordinates. And from this transformation matrix, from forward kinematics, we get this, and this from forward kinematics and the given end effector position should be equal. Then we find the solution of theta 1, theta 2, theta 3. And our unknowns are now C1. C1 means cos theta 1. C23 means cos theta 2 plus theta 2 plus theta 3. Similarly, S23 means sin theta 2 plus theta 3. Remember it. Okay. So now this from forward kinematics and given inverse kinematic position should be equal. Then we find the some unknowns equations. And there are 12 unknowns and one solution, and there are 12 equations here, but unknowns are theta 1, theta 2 and theta 3. So now we have to apply previous rule. What is the previous rule? First we find that equations which has only one variables. First rule, tell if you see equal, since R2, R1, 3, R2, 3 all are given, but this is unknown parts. S theta 1 means function of sin theta 1, or C1 means cos theta 1. And one unknown will be this part. And we can equal this and this. And S theta 1 is equal to R1, 3. And C1 is equal to R2, 3. Then we will get the theta variables. Okay. What difficulty is here that exact coordinate frame it cannot give. This angle exact coordinate frame did not give, since it is in rotation part. If I have told now, we prefer only that parts we have translation coordinates x, y, and z position. So we give for that equations which can give one variables. So now come to the point. On right side equation, on left side equation, C1, C2, 3 is equal to R11. Right side equation, R11. Similarly, left side equation, S1 C23 is equal to give right side equation R23 21. If we divide these two equations, C1 C23 divided by S1 C23, then that will give only tan theta 1, and then this side R1 function of R11 and R21. Similarly, another method, another variables make up. If we define C1 minus C1 S23 equal to R12 and minus S1 S23 is equal to R22, and then we divide it again. Then also that time we get function of tan theta. And another third, maybe if we divide right side, first row, fourth column, and C1 L3 cos theta 2 plus theta 3 plus L2 cos theta 2 equal to R14, and S1 L2 C2 3 plus L2 cos theta 2 is equal to R24, and divide it. Then we will get only function of tan inverse theta, tan theta function only, tan theta 1 only here. Here we also get. And from three equations we get tan theta 1 and one variables. Then which equation we have to take in? I have told now, only that component we give that give only position vector, and x, y, z give more accurate position, more accurate solution than rotation parts. So we have to take this part, and it means left side equation column 4 row 1 2, and right side equation column 4 row 1 2, and C1 L3 C23 plus L2 C2 equal to R14 and S1 into L3 C23 plus L2 C2 equal to R24, and then we divide it. Then we will only get the tan function, and it tan theta 1. From that tan theta 1, we calculate the theta 1. Theta 1 is equal to A tan inverse R23 by R14. This will give. And theta 1 equation we get. Here we will see that theta 1 equation we get by different equations. But only we choose that equations which give the position vector component, not rotation component. If we get from position vector component, then we only apply for that. So we have choose only position vector component. In previous guidelines, it is written, we choose only position vector component rather than rotation matrix. So we have choose here. And theta 1 we have calculated. Remember it, okay? Hello? Hello, everyone? Anyone? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Acha. We got theta 1. Now we have to calculate theta 2 and theta 3. Theta 2 and theta 3. Again, now you apply inverse kinematics approach, any geometry method or anything method. Since last two DOF is only planar type, then that you can apply the inverse kinematics method. planar inverse geometry method. What? We will apply only the inverse transformation matrix, because we have written in guidelines that we apply the inverse kinematic, inverse transformation matrix approach. So now what happened with theta 1 known, and our unknowns are theta 2 and theta 3. So to isolate theta 3, both side of equations you apply the inverse to T3. Inverse to T3 means T3 to 3 T3 T2 inverse to T3 means multiply that both side of equation with 3 T2. We have done it. An inverse from this inverse of 2T3 we apply both sides. Equations are given from forward kinematics, and this is from equations are given in defector position. If we will multiply both sides, then right side equation is function of now theta 3 only. And we apply now. This is 2T3 is function of theta 3 only, no? So right side equation is function of theta 3, and left side is equation of now the translation part, and x y position coordinate, and now left hand side is position vector is only function of theta 1 and theta 2, because the theta 3 we have multiplied it by inverse kinematics transformation. So theta 3 is last position vector of left hand equation. Left hand matrix is only independent of theta 3 and only function of theta 1 and theta 2. What? Right side equation is function of theta 3, because right side equation is known. What? Since we have multiplied it by unknown variables, so that is also function of that variables. And the right side equation is now function of theta 3, and one unknown theta 3 right side, and left side is function of position vector only theta 1 and theta 2. So now same way we apply. Now again we get some equations. From that equations we find again some variables, and then equate it and find the solution. Here we see C11, C1 and C2 is equal to this right side 1 1 row 1 1 column vector position. So now you see, when you see very carefully the left side of this equation and right side of this equation, the position vector L2 C1 C2, L2 S1 C2 and L2 S2, and right side equation L3 R11 plus R12 minus L3 R21 plus R2. Similarly this, if we divide it, we square it, then we find the only one function of only theta 2. Square it this and add it and apply some geometry formula tan theta. Then tan theta is function of sin theta and cos theta, and we divide it. Then we will find that only the function in the term of tan theta. tan theta 2. From that tan theta 2, we find the theta 2 and A tan inverse. Then we will get these equations. Similarly, we will get theta 2. We know theta 1. Only unknowns now is theta 3. Again, we apply same rules. Here one unknown, theta 1, theta 3. So we apply again the transformation matrix equal to given our end effector positions, rotation matrix and position vector. So we have to find now theta 3 only. Now theta 3, from theta 3, given end effector position and from forward kinematics 0 T3, we will find that row 3 column 1 and row 3 column 2 of left hand side matrix equal to R31 and R32, and R31 R32 equal to cos 2 3. Cos 2 3 means cos theta 2 plus theta 3. S23 means sin theta 2 plus theta 3. Okay, so if we divide both sine function and cos function, then we will get tan function, and tan theta 3 plus theta 2 we will get. From that, and theta 3 plus theta 2 is equal to tan inverse R31 R32. From that, and theta 3 is equal to minus theta 2. This, and right side theta 2, left side theta 2 go to right side, then it is minus, and only theta 3 will be, because we theta 2 know from previous solution. So unknown only theta 3 can be. If you try that, we will get anyway from this position vector, both side. For theta 3, you can get, no problem. But here it is very difficult. So we have to take in simple way. And theta 3 is equal to 8 times. And we find that theta 1, theta 2, theta 3 from the inverse kinematics method by using that guidelines which have given. Okay, first, these are the guidelines. If this give a path, this give you a guidelines to how to solve the inverse kinematics for NDF manipulator. Sometimes you can easily obtain by geometry also, but in some configurations. But this method you can apply anywhere. But there may be some problem in which may you apply. It means for these 3DF manipulator, we have find the theta 1, theta 2, theta 3 given our end effector positions. Summary, again summary. First, our end effector position is given, position and rotation. Position and rotation is called pose of end effector. So we have written it, end effector pose. Pose means position as well as orientation. First 3 by 3 matrix will give the rotation part, and last column part is give our position vector. Sorry. So first we find the DS parameter. For finding the DS parameter, first you numbering the link numbering the joints, attach the frame, and from that, after attaching that frame, you define the link parameters. Link parameters are link length, AI, DI, alpha I, theta I, and from that we find for each link, and then we find the DH parameter, then we apply the transformation matrix for individual link, then we find the overall transformation matrix with respect to base, end effector frame coordinate with respect to base, then we apply the rules what I have said in the guidelines, then we find the theta 1 and theta 2 and theta 3. In this way, the inverse kinematics of any manipulator can be found. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Any problem?
No, sir.
Okay, okay. Let's for in short form, I will use numerical approach also. What very short form? Actually, numerical approach is only iterative type. We go from, suppose that our end effector position is given, and we have to find that the position, find the joint angles for that end effector position. So first of all, what our manipulator is, some initial position is there. So first we guess, suppose that we guess that this solution of this given end effector is some angles are initial, some angles are given. Then we increase every angle and minimize the distance between current position and its goal. If that distance is minimized, and that distance is minimized means current position and goal position reaches to each other, very close to each other. This method, if with this method apply, numerical method, this is the approach. What is the approach? First, some initial guess we give to our manipulator, and some theta 1, theta 2, theta 3 given. And we know the theta 1, theta 2, theta 3. Then it means its current value, its current end effector position we can calculate by forward kinematics. And goal position is given. We know the current position, we know the goal position, and we calculate the distance in between 2 points, current position and goal position, and minimize that distance. Then at some times, after some time, the distance between current position and goal position is within some errors, some within range, our range. We have given that the end effector position and current position error is very small, 0.1 meter. Then we will say that our end effector reaches the goal position. So for that, first we calculate the errors. Errors, position of goal position and current position, and then find the errors. Then from forward solutions, we calculate the current position is equal to function of theta by forward kinematics. Then theta will be F inverse E, F inverse, you know the Jacobian matrix. If we differentiate it, then theta dot is equal to J inverse E dot inverse. This is Jacobian, by using the Jacobian transformation matrix. Hence, del theta, error, we can write it E goal minus E current. And del theta y Jacobian matrix, if del theta is very small, and theta dot we can write as del theta, the J inverse del E, and del theta is equal to J inverse del E. So that algorithm can be given as first initial goal point. We know the goal point because we have to find the inverse kinematics. Inverse kinematics. So goal position is given and goal point is given. Then a step B guess of initial angle and E current. Then next step we calculate error and goal position minus current position. Then we compute the del theta by using Jacobian matrix, and del theta is equal to J inverse del E. J inverse Jacobian of current position. J is Jacobian of current position. Current position no. For that position we calculate the Jacobian matrix, and del theta error between goal position and current position we know, and del theta we calculate. फिर update it and increase theta again by del theta. We know the del theta and current theta. Now next theta will be previous theta plus del theta. In this way, find the new position based of new angle. Repeat this process 1 to 6 until current position is within the tolerance of E goal. E goal means it is very close to current position. Then we will say that our end effector current position reaches the goal point. Our end effector reaches the manipulator end effector reaches the goal point. In this way, the numerical approach I apply. Actually, it is most we can apply it for non-redundant manipulator also, but it is mostly used for redundant manipulator. In non-redundant manipulator, difficulty is that when there is a singularity configuration, do you know anyone? Hello? Singularity configuration is that configuration where one joint is locked. One joint movement is locked. In that position, it is called singularity configuration. For 2D of manipulator, if 2D of manipulator, it is become a state, and a theta angle between link 1 and link 2 become 180 degree. Then it is locked and straight forward. It cannot move in one direction. And one degree of freedom, it become as a 1 degree of freedom manipulator. That 2D of manipulator is become as a 1 degree of freedom manipulator. And suppose that it is a state in x-axis, then it cannot move in x direction. For that it needs after that it needs, if any manipulator is in singularity configuration, for that position to move the joint angle, it needs very high velocity. That is the difficulty during the singularity configuration. So for singularity configuration, this inverse kinematics problem gives very difficulty. Again, for redundant manipulator, we use, in place of Jacobian matrix, we use the pseudo-inverse Jacobian. Pseudo-inverse Jacobian is like this: J transport J inverse J transpose. This is the numerical approach. Okay, thank you. This is the forward kinematics and inverse kinematics. Hello?
Sir.
Hello? Any problem forward kinematics and inverse kinematics?
No, sir.
Oh, forward kinematics means theta 1, theta 2 joint and link parameters are given. You have to find the x, y, z and end effector position. Inverse kinematics means no x, y is given and we have to find the theta 1, theta 2 and joint angles.
Yes, sir.
Just opposite. Okay. If we apply this method, we can find the solution of inverse kinematics. But forward kinematics is very simple because we know the ds parameter. Only put and multiply the transformation matrix. We will get the forward kinematics. We get the overall transformation matrix and the last column give the position of end effector. Okay. So this is the inverse kinematics and forward kinematics. If you have any problem, may you ask. Achha, you know the DH parameter, you understand very well? Anyone?
Yes, sir. Understand, sir.
If you know the DS parameter, then you can apply this method, forward kinematics and inverse kinematics. Otherwise, it is very problem. You cannot
Yes, sir.
find the forward kinematics and inverse kinematics because you have to find the transformation matrix. To find the transformation matrix, you know the
Yes.
how we attach the frames of the link on the link, and then you have to find the DH parameter. This is overall. Okay, this is forward kinematics and inverse kinematics. If you have any problem, you may ask. Otherwise, okay. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
No question. Okay.